All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. The reason you subscribe to our channel is for our daily videos, keeping you informed on everything that goes on with Bitcoin, crypto, the whole market. I want to start off today's video by taking a look at the market. Then I want to jump into some recent news. And make sure you want to watch the whole video today because there is a lot of fascinating, interesting pieces of news, stuff that you would have no clue on if you weren't following a channel like this. You know, if you're in the general public and if you're not sure the value that Bitcoin has, what I'm saying is that this is information that is privy to us early adopters, and I think it's pretty valuable information when we're thinking long term. A lot of the news today, I think, is also strong fundamentals kind of showing us the future of crypto. So let's get into it. Taking a look at Bitcoin's price right now, took a little bit of a dive, right? Just yesterday, Bitcoin was trading at highs for the year at 5,600 and had a red candle, big one, falling down to about 5,400, and we're kind of stabilizing around 5,430. It's okay, guys. Very normal, right? Nothing, and we've been going up for weeks and finally took a little bit of a tumble, but keep in mind that today's dip at 5,430 is yesterday's peak, or really the peak from a couple weeks ago. So just a couple weeks ago, Bitcoin rallied up to this price point and everybody was a little bit euphoric, maybe, and we dipped back down, and for the past couple weeks we've been climbing, so this is very normal, and especially when we're thinking big picture. The real test, if we switch over to the day chart here, the real test is going to be if and when we eventually take a tumble. Maybe it'll be a pretty big shakeout. Will we be able to hold the 200-day moving average, or will we be able to hold the 4,200 line of support? That's the real test. We have strong resistance at 6,150. So that's what we'll eventually have to get above. But I don't think personally we'll be doing that anytime soon. But anything could happen. It is Bitcoin, right? Keep in mind further, Bitcoin today, monetarily speaking, is only a few steps ahead of where pieces of unrefined gold were when Neanderthals first discovered them in the ground. But guess what? Its monetization is going to happen 100 times faster because we live in a deeply interconnected and accelerated world. This is a good way to think of it, big picture. I mean, Bitcoin's only been around for 10 years. Crypto, as this new revolutionary technology asset class, we're still in the deeply early stages, and got to think big picture. Now, as you know, I've shared Murad's stuff before. Super smart guy. He's the one who kind of popularized this passage of time Lindy effect. Right now, we're kind of between digital collectible and store value, but one or two more boom and bust cycles will have us right here, and after that, it'll be more steady. Next up, Samsung making news again. The headline is this: Samsung invests $2.9 million in crypto hardware startup Ledger. Yes, that Ledger of Ledger Nano X and Ledger Nano S fame, the popular cold storage wallet solution. I use a Ledger. So we'll get into this story in a second, but let me just remind you, because this marks the third time that we have a major crypto Samsung announcement. So the first time happened a month ago. It's when Samsung announced their new phone, the Galaxy S10, was going to have a built-in cold storage wallet. Now, it wasn't the Ledger, as far as I know, and it also wasn't available in every Galaxy S10 phone. It was just available in certain regions, but it was a way to get the ball rolling in that regard. The second piece of news we reported to you just yesterday, you probably watched this video, Samsung announcing that they're making their own token, possibly called Samsung Coin, and there's still a lot to know on this story, but I guess it's going to be on the Ethereum network. It's going to be an ERC20 based token, possibly with them moving to their own mainnet. And then this third piece of news comes today, so it's very clear that Samsung is going whole hog into this space, and I bet they're making Apple sweat. So let me give you some details. The investment gives the startup a valuation of roughly $290 million. A spokesperson for Ledger confirmed that Samsung backed the startup, but could not confirm the details, and a Samsung representative has yet to respond at the time of the release of this article. So this news coincides with Ledger promoting Pascal G to CEO. He was previously president, now he's CEO, I believe, and also follows previous rounds of funding by the company, including a 7 million Series A fundraising in 2017 and a 75 million Series B in 2018. It's unclear whether Samsung's investment is part of a larger funding round or what the deal is. So interesting, right? Despite this bear market, crypto companies are expanding. People want to put money into good crypto companies. We see Samsung. I mean, it's only a matter of time before we start seeing crypto commercials with Samsung in it, and probably only a matter of time before we hear about Altcoin or whatsoever. But I think it's pretty clear that the news I try and bring you on this channel kind of shows us our future. And our future is not that Bitcoin and crypto are dead. No, instead, it's just beginning. And by the way, guys, we're going to get into another story in just a second. But if you find value in this video today, do me a favor, give it a like. Liking our videos, it's a small thing you can do. It truly does help us grow as a channel. Tell you what, if this video gets 2,000 likes, if this video gets 2,000 likes in the first 24 hours of it being up, I will do whatever the top comment says. In reason. Moving on. And by the way, guys, if you wanted to check out, because like I said, Ledger, Nano S, and X, they are my personal preferred cold storage solutions. If you wanted to check out the store, feel free to go in the description of any of our videos. Click on this link right here. It'll take you right to Ledger's site, and you can check out the products. And it's a great way to support our channel. Beautiful, beautiful devices. I personally have the Ledger Nano S myself. I'm looking to get the X, but because I just want to see, how it's improved with the user experience. I mean, the Nano S works just fine. And here's the thing, guys: if you're investing in crypto for life-changing wealth, treat it as such. If you expect your Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever to be worth a lot of money one day, be smart about it. Do not keep it on an exchange. Please do not make that mistake. Next up, 1 trillion brokerage giant TD Ameritrade is quietly testing Bitcoin. So we touched on this story the other day, but I want to talk about it more because it really is a big deal. So TD Ameritrade and NASDAQ appear to be testing a Bitcoin and Litecoin spot trading feature that could open the floodgates for institutional adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So we talked about this the other day, how a Twitter user called Cryptoopolis announced that Bitcoin trading on NASDAQ via TD Ameritrade platform was live, and he showed a picture. Well, it turns out it was just a test of sorts, and they're just testing this on their platform. But it speaks to the future, right? The fact that they're interested in all. So let's talk about big picture. So TD Ameritrade has more than 11 million client accounts with more than 1 trillion in assets. The US broker already offers Bitcoin futures trading. Live spot trading of Bitcoin on the NASDAQ could potentially increase Bitcoin's institutional appeal. It could also open another vista of institutional adoption for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And already firms like Fidelity Investments, Intercontinental Exchange, backed, are set to launch custody and futures trading platforms respectively. NASDAQ has also expressed plans to establish a Bitcoin futures trading platform sometime in 2019. And whenever we bring, here's the thing, Bakkt has delayed their launch plenty of times. That's fine. To me, in my personal opinion, Bitcoin and crypto, we don't need institutions like this to come into the game to make Bitcoin and crypto valuable. I believe that they will go up in value just through the grassroots retail movement. But it's obvious that these guys want in. And if or whenever, whether it's next year or the year after that, whenever these things launch, it's obvious that it's for the next decades, right? This is not something that they do to, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme that they're going to launch for a year and then take down. It's obvious they're preparing for the future. This is pretty interesting. So eToro is giving away over $1 million worth of Ethereum for free. Check this out. This is what the general public would read too. Have you been itching to make your first cryptocurrency investment, but you're too afraid to get in on the hype that you're in at the wrong time? Well, eToro's got your back. The social trading platform is giving away free Ethereum to anyone who opens an account in its standalone wallet app. Once you've signed up for the wallet app, your account will automatically be credited with zero point 0.1 Ethereum, which is a little over $15 at the time of writing. Hey, not a bad deal. Even better, the eToro wallet is available for both Android and iOS, so you've got no excuse not to take advantage of this offer. eToro first rolled out its wallet last November. A couple months later, it released an update that made it possible for you to buy cryptocurrencies directly from that wallet app without any need to go to its flagship trading platform. It's also worth noting that you still need to be fully verified eToro user to use its standalone wallet app. And in addition to Ethereum, the wallet supports Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple, and Stellar Lumens. Hurry up! The giveaway offer is valid only for the first 100,000 signups. And all links will be available in the description. I don't think it's too late if you wanted to take advantage of this. You will have to sign up for eToro. Next up, let's talk some facts and figures, guys. Let's talk about not so much institutions anymore or businesses. Let's talk about data. And the story is this: the number of transactions per day on the Bitcoin blockchain has been on the rise recently and has once again eclipsed 400,000. Confirmed transactions have been on the up since the project's inception over a decade ago and topped out at just under 500,000 transactions per day during the 2017 bull run when the price hit $20,000. The fact that intrinsic network activity is again so high may signify a change in market sentiment as confidence in volume returns. And you can see Eric Voorhees tweeted out this information as well. You can see this uptick in confirmed transactions. Also, the average fee for a transaction is also comparatively a lot lower than it once was due to a space-saving optimizations such as SegWit and transaction batching, which is now even easier to deploy thanks to the support of many wallet developers upgrading to follow best practices on the network. So transactions are high, fees are a lot lower, Bitcoin is getting easier to use. That's good. Now let's pivot to a slightly different metric. Outputs per day is now over 1 million. So a metric that has just surpassed its all-time high is the number of Bitcoin outputs per day, which this indicator, now peaking at over 1 million, many believe that this relevant statistic gives a better indication of overall economic activity on the Bitcoin blockchain than transactions per day, since one transaction can include multiple outputs. To check out more of this information, feel free to go to outputs.today.com. Like I said, all links are in the description. Let's pivot again. Let's talk about all this USDT that's been printed, Tether, the stablecoin. So, and by the way, guys, don't use Tether. If you're going to use a stablecoin, use something else besides Tether. But check this out. The amount of Tether printed in the last 3 weeks is equal to the amount printed from January 2017 to December 2017. So in the last 3 weeks, they've printed the same as whole year. Let that sink in. Think about it. Within just 3 to 4 weeks, there has apparently been more demand for USDT issuance than pretty much all of 2017. There is more competition in the dollar peg space. There are more fiat on-ramps where you can buy alts, and crypto is not hot in the media right now, and volumes are way down. Yet USDT is pumping another 1 billion within 3 to 4 weeks. That's not 0 to 1 billion. No, that's 1 billion on top of an already 2 billion that's out there. Yet the crypto space is not even remotely hot these days. And then I really like this comment. Thought he summed it up pretty well, or she. No sarcasm, but that's a bullish sign. The doubters always talk about a Tether collapse, but when it actually got close to collapsing, back in November 2018, it pumped the market by 20% as people got out of Tether and into crypto or into Bitcoin. And the doubters think that people go from Tether to hard cash, as if that's easy when you have large amounts. It takes a few days, manual KYC checks for large amounts. As if you do that, if you took a hit on your Tethers, say that you sell Tether at 95 cents if it's going down or lower, you're seeing cryptos pumping in the opposite direction. In November, people didn't cash out their Tether for hard cash. No, it went right into crypto, and I think it went into Bitcoin. The new issuance just means they're expecting fresh new fiat to come into the space. Some will say, well, they're a Bitfinex scam, just printing Tether to pump Bitcoin. but there's really no correlation between Tether issued and Bitcoin price increase since 2017. And I think that shows the correlation in 2017 was just a coincidence, since the market needed more Tether anyways, as a flood of people enter the market. So don't use Tether. We really don't know if they're being audited or checked. There are better stable coins, but nonetheless, the fact that so much Tether has been printed, I agree with this guy or gal. I think it's a very bullish sign. And then last but not least, after the initial rollout, 2,000 more U.S. grocery stores have enabled Bitcoin buying at their Coinstar machines. So it started out with an initial rollout, and now they are rolling out more. Good news, right? Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 5,400. We're just watching and waiting. Got my buy order in, right? All right. See you tomorrow.